into the morning, we will be seeing those chances of rain though. So make sure to have that umbrella on hand and have those rain boots ready. Now we're having clouds building up tonight. It's going to be 55 degrees, pretty humid out there. The wind is going to be calm, so that's going to make that air pretty humid. And those clouds building up are going to prepare us for tomorrow. 60% chance of thunderstorms and rain, mostly cloudy, scattered thunderstorms, 79 degrees. It's going to be a bit muggy out there, and just be prepared. So today you can enjoy that comfy weather. Tomorrow, be prepared for those thunderstorms. Have your rain gear ready. And Saturday, we're going to be cooling down. That rain's going to be leaving, and we'll be having a nice weekend. So just for one more look at your week ahead, going into tomorrow, 60% chance of rain, pretty heavy. Now on Saturday and Sunday throughout the rest of the week, it'll be cooler. And now we are going to throw it back to the desk.
Hey, thank you so much. I am liking the weather in Tallahassee this week.
It's a very warm week, and it's actually very comfortable outside.
Yeah, it's nice to see some maybe rain coming at us, water those flowers a little bit. But speaking of some records, this is the latest in March it's ever been in the continental United States without a tornado.
Yes, it's actually been 25 days without a tornado. This is actually middle spring, which is actually one of the most busiest times for tornadoes, and this is one of the latest. It is the latest since 1969. So if you're in the Midwest, this is like the calm before the storm, because undoubtedly there will be more storms.
Tornado season's kind of kicking up. It's been a little bit calm, but there's a severe threat of tornadoes coming through the end of the night tonight and into the morning. And so they might see that statistic change there a little bit.
Yes,
might see that
in
first
Oklahoma
tornado.
City and in Tulsa and over into northwestern Arkansas. But now we're going to send it back over to Ayesha with the variant segment.
I think that's actually supposed to be me.
Oh.
Hey, y'all. All right. We're going around Florida today. All right. So we're looking current conditions. About 80 degrees in Tallahassee, and I'm a little short if somebody can fix me here. We are about 80 degrees in Tallahassee. A little warmer down by Miami. And it is going to be a beautiful day for South Florida tomorrow. We might not see so much of that action here. We're going to see a little bit of that. Moisture come at us, 49% relative humidity in Tallahassee. More relative humidity down south. They're more in the tropics. They're seeing a little bit more of that moisture, but we're not seeing summertime moistures yet. Still way into springtime here. A little bit of sea breeze action for you there, those little lines. That's a little starter to see that we're changing seasons. We're not so much in a wintertime pattern. We're seeing that springtime peek in at us. Pretty calm around the entire state. This is mostly just noise. It's just little pickups from the satellite and not the radar there. And it's not really picking up rain. It's just some dust, particulate, birds flying around, and just different air masses like with that sea breeze again. For tonight, we're looking at 53 degrees in Tallahassee, approaching closer to that dew point. We might see a little bit of fog in some areas that get a little cooler than others. 73 degrees in Miami and 75 Key West, staying pretty nice and warm for you. That might change the next few days here. We're going to see those temperatures dip down into the 40s for the Tallahassee and those low temperatures, and maybe into those 50s or 60s in Miami. But for tomorrow, we're looking at right back up into 81 degrees Tallahassee, 85 in Jacksonville, staying a little bit warmer. We're going to see those thunderstorms peeking in at us at those early hours. We're going to see a little bit of activity down there in Miami, West Palm Beach, 85, 86, high 80s, staying very nice for us. And I am excited about April Fool's Day next week. I have a surprise for you guys on the Friday show. If you want to watch, it is going to be great. I will tell you more about that then. But we're going to have some continuing action here in Tallahassee with plenty of thunderstorms to scatter around the area with considerable amounts of precipitation. But Ayesha, why don't you tell us a little bit about some sports?
I will, folks. So it's going to be great. Sports are coming in. Basketball team is doing amazing. You know, those Seminoles. So Friday night, basketball, women's basketball, Sweet 16. That's amazing. They're doing great. 68 degrees. That's pretty cool for us Florida folks. but it's FSU versus Auburn. You can't beat that. You got to get your revenge from football. So right now, taking it to baseball, 7 o'clock happening right now. Currently 68 degrees. It's going to be pretty chilly, so make sure you bring a little light jacket, and it's going to be great. So just make sure you go see that game, FSU versus Auburn. Wind's going to be 5 to 10 miles per hour, so not too rough. Pretty nice. So for our 3-game series, on Friday at 6 p.m., tomorrow it's going to be light rain. That cold front coming through, that's going to bring our chances of rain. 65 degrees on Saturday at 6 p.m. It's going to be 60 degrees. That's really chilly for us. So make sure you bring that jacket, cuddle up with your bae or buddy. And on Sunday at 1 p.m., it's going to be really nice. All that cloud cover and all that moisture is going to leave our area and leave us at 64 degrees. So that's a really good number. 64 is nice. So for our next game, softball season. Loving softball. They're doing great also. That's tonight at 68 degrees. It's going to be chilly for some Florida folks. I'm from New York. Not too chilly for me, but make sure you bring a light jacket to that too. FSU versus Auburn again, and this is the 2nd game. So make sure you go cheer our Noles on. And our 3-game series for our softball, they're playing Pitt. So Saturday at 4 p.m., it's going to be really sunny and cool, 68. But on Saturday at 6 p.m., that's going to drop down to 66. It's still going to be clear and cool because all that rain left our area. And then on Sunday at 12 p.m., it's our home run derby. And it's going to be 60 degrees and it's going to drop. So make sure you notice that and take into account. So for our FSU track and field, I love them too. FSU versus Auburn once again. 68 degrees at 7 p.m. So make sure you go check that out, get some popcorn, get some friends, go out there and watch them. So right now we're going to take it to springtime around Tallahassee. It's going to be 68 degrees like I said. When you go to that baseball game tonight and that basketball game tonight or on Friday, make sure you bring that jacket. So FSU versus Auburn, it's going to be great, guys. But right now I'm going to take it back to the desk for more.
Thank you, Ayesha, for telling us how to cheer on all our Noles teams.
Yeah, go Noles.
Yes, but we're actually going to talk about a very, very weird record, for sure. On March 25th, 1914, so 101 years ago, 18 inches of snow.
Yeah, and that was their all-time record for total amount of snow in South Carolina.
Society
and it was amazing that it was so late in the season.
I know. Could you imagine almost 1.5 feet of snow in late March in the South? That's
it's
unbelievable.
We're like 200 miles away from here. That's so
and
close.
It's 80
That's
degrees right now.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy to see how much the variability is with those average temperatures, and we don't normally see average temperatures.
The average is just the mean of the temperatures, but we don't usually see exactly average every single day.
And it's nothing to expect if you are maybe somebody interested in climate, that the climate might say something is going to be one way, and the current weather is almost never the climate.
Yes, and so now we're actually going to be talking about the local weather with you.
All right, so we are going to look at some rain coming back at us for tomorrow. I know it's been nice and sunny for a few days here. And after that rain, we're going to see a little bit of a cool down. And it's going to be a little bit cooler into the 40s maybe. But checking out clouds and rain right now. There's little gray clouds, maybe some clouds just floating around. Not too much, just some poofy. Nothing to worry about. And we're going to look at the temperature, about 80 degrees, sitting in Tallahassee. A little bit of clouds, dew point 59 degrees. Still relatively dry, but we're going to see that moisture go up plenty for the next few days here. And wind coming out of the south-southeast, about 8 miles an hour. Still, it's pretty calm for us. And these breezes coming off of the Gulf of Mexico there, coming from the south, bringing plenty of moisture. And when we look at the dew point maps, we can see that the 60s of the dew points on the coastline coming off of the Gulf of Mexico. And it's a little bit drier towards the inland, because that sea breeze didn't really reach there. And we see a lot of moisture coming off of the Gulf of Mexico for us. That's where we get most of our feeding for our summertime and our thunderstorms. They might be coming at us tomorrow, so key factor in whether or not we get a lot of rain is where that wind's coming from. It's coming off the Gulf of Mexico, we got a higher chance for you. We're going to see this system just come right in. We're going to see a little bit of potential rain coming in. This is a estimated radar product here. So that's going to be those reds. There's where the heaviest rain is going to be. That low pressure is just going to come right up at us, bringing us some action for you. Might see a few scattered thunderstorms, and maybe see a couple of flashes of lightning. Definitely going to see some rain for us tomorrow and maybe into the next day as this low pressure kind of drifts past us and moves up towards the northeast. And we're going to take a look at the beach and boating. Southwest winds 10 to 15 knots for tomorrow. Waves 2 to 3 feet. You might want to watch out with those scattered thunderstorms. Might pose a little bit of a threat. And light to moderate chops. Again, with those thunderstorms. If you're going fishing, sunrise 7:43. Early bird gets the worm. So might as well get out there nice early. 7:43. Getting a little bit earlier and earlier as we go on into the warmer months here. For tonight, we're going to see those clouds get more dense as we go into the night. Stays relatively calm until maybe some of those storms hit. We're going to see those lows go into the mid-50s for most of your Big Bend region here. We're going to see starting out the day, 55 degrees, clouds. See at lunchtime, maybe those thunderstorms kind of come at you a little bit. Thunderstorms maybe grow a little bit more and maybe get up to almost peaking 80 degrees. Maybe get that in town, maybe a little cooler around in the more rural areas. But taking a look at the week ahead, we're going to see those storms coming at us on Thursday, maybe a peak of them on Friday, and a little bit of a cool down, stay into the 60s on Saturday for a nice sunny day. And we're going to take a look at April Fools next week. But Tyler, what are we going to talk about for this coming season here?
Actually, in about 2 months, we had the hurricane season, which starts on June 1st, going through November 30th. And one of the things we look at is the ENSO.
Yeah, and to gear up to kind of see how the season will turn out for us, hurricane season, that is. If we are in an El Nino pattern, that means warmer surface temperatures in the Pacific. What does that tell us, Tyler?
That means that most of the energy is going to be over in the Pacific, and they sort of steal the energy from the Atlantic Ocean. So more storms in the Pacific and less in the Atlantic.
So we expect a little calmer hurricane season in the Atlantic. But it's going to be beautiful this weekend. Maybe take a trip to the beach. It's going to be nice, warming up a little bit after the cool comes out.
Yeah, the cool this weekend, upper 60s around 70 for most weekend days, and that's actually a lot cooler than it has been the last couple of weeks.
All right, as always, you can like us on Facebook /FSU Weather and Twitter /FSU Weather, and watch us anytime on livestream.com /FSU Weather. We do post our shows on YouTube after the fact, so if you miss a show one day, we post it at about 8 o'clock, and you can get a perfectly fine update from us. It is going to be nice. We are going to enjoy it all the time.
Yes, and for FSU Weather, I'm Tyler Harten.
And I'm Tom Mazzetti.
Have a great night, and see you tomorrow.
Good night.